Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hello, Seg heads and One Wrestling fans. It is Wrestling Segue TV with your boy Kinny Killa, the one man with no Instagram, and obviously the no shady Tom Brady, as always right here on OneWrestling.com. We bring you the best in New Japan Pro Wrestling when it's on, and obviously now, you know, on the back of Wrestle Kingdom 11, we had Fantastica Mania that happened recently, which was obviously a co-promotion between CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling. We have to obviously let you newbies know about what happens within the realm of New Japan Pro Wrestling and its various partners, obviously like ROH, Global Wars and all that's going to be coming up, and now with Fantastica Mania with CMLL. There wasn't any major stuff on Fantastica Mania, was there, No Shady?
No, not really. Before we started this, me and Kenny was mentioning Dragon Lee's the main person to come out of that, so I'd watch out for him, but otherwise it just seemed to be really a showcase for the CMLL guys, which is always nice. It's nice for them to get some traction out there. But like you say, nothing particularly big came from that. So it was more the road to New Beginning that was going on. So so that's what's been mainly happening. And we've had the first New Beginning show as well. Just this morning it was. So I've caught some. I don't think Kinny's. Yeah, you're a busy man.
I am a busy man. I got kids. I am a busy guy.
Plug your show.
I am a busy guy, but I'll leave that for another time. Plugging my stuff. But what I will plug is the fact that New Beginning in Sapporo happened this morning, like you just said, and we are going to review that and give you an insight into the first day, the first day of a 2 pay-per-view show. So basically, what we're going to do is run through New Beginning in Sapporo. I believe, is it a year now for us? Is it a year?
Yeah, I think so. This was the first show I remember us properly covering.
Yeah.
Because it was Omega Tanahashi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And can't remember the main event. Probably Naito, I think, maybe. But I remember doing this, a year ago.
So, why have we only just stumbled upon that? It's been a year. Jeez.
Yeah,
gosh. Well,
very good though.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've done good. We've done good, you know. And I hope we have given all you New Japan fans some more insight into New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we're gonna give you some more right about now and go for the New Beginning in Sapporo. Okay, so let's do this, man. Happened this morning. Return of Suzuki Gun, and everyone was waiting to see how the various different incarnations of Suzuki Gun were gonna fare on this lovely pay-per-view. So we'll start off with Suzuki Gun. We had Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado facing off against Kushida and Kawato. It's Kawato, right? Kawato is a young boy who, like Kanare, has been doing his thing, coming up, just like Kanematsu used to, Kamatachi, I should say, as well. And now he has been given his chance, tagging with Kushida, which is a big deal for a young boy. Now, it was a 7-minute match to open the show, and Suzuki Gun took it down. I had no doubt that Suzuki Gun was going to start this pay-per-view very strong. What's your thoughts on Suzuki Gun coming back and having a good showing to start off the pay-per-view?
I think they needed some traction to getting off straight away because they've had a good road. Suzuki's been beating up Okada constantly. Killer Elite Squad have been beating up their guys. Taichi's been just putting the boots to people. But they needed a strong start, and this was a good strong start for them. But as you'll see through the rest of the pay-per-view, this was about as strong as it gets for Suzuki Gun, unfortunately. So, but yeah, fine. And good for Kawato, like you say. Tagging with Kushida, that's a man you're going to learn so much from.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time. They've got so much young boys on training excursions at the moment. They have to bring some new guys through. You still got Cody Hall injured out as well. Yeah. So you got to give these young boys their chance now. And speaking of young boys, in the next match we had Tenzin, Kojima, and Yuji Nagata facing off against Yoshi Tatsu, but 2 other young boys, Hanare and Oka. Tomoyuki Oka, who is a first timer in our eyes, you know, a first time seeing him.
Yeah.
I thought he fared very, very well, especially having Yoshi Tatsu and Hinare, who's a little bit more seasoned as a young boy on there. But, you know, again, these guys had a defeat. The legends, you know, Kojima, Tenzin, Nagata brought it down. But again, it's important, so important for these young boys to kind of use Nagata, especially someone like Nagata, you know, to kind of learn.
Yeah, I like as well Kojima loves working with the young boys by the looks of it. He's really got a fresh lease of life there. And with Nagata and Tenzin, you know, coming to the very end, this is the best use for them. They are learning, teach the young boys, get them to their level. Because they can have some good, you know, there's some good guys in there. Like Hinare is really good. I really like him. He just needs more time. But he's the prime example at the minute. Like you only have to look at like David Finlay, who was doing the show opening every single week, just like every single one. And now he's right in there, right in the mix, and he's great. So, you know, I'm really pleased with the way they do that. Just real quick, have you seen Kojima's Twitter now?
No.
So after Wrestle Kingdom, and because they're doing that like global expansion, aren't they? So they've got like an English version of the site now and stuff. So I think they've like tried to tell the wrestlers to tweet in English sometimes, just to like get some traction from the West. And Kojima is a prime guy. He's so good. He tweets things like, "Oh, today I had cake, and now I'm still hungry, but there'll be more cake." And it's like this still like what? It's like great. And he like here's one. Good morning. Sapporo is mostly sunny. It's same as usual, and fight is done by full strength. Like nice. Like that's cool. Like he's just so nice. I would say I'd recommend. He's a good follow.
He's a good follow. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. We love some Kojima.
I love him.
I got to see him out here in, you know, Rev Pro a couple of years back. So yeah, it's always nice to hear some funny stuff with Kojima. Okay, so next we had Chaos. So that's Will Ospreay, Gedo and Jado, defeating Katsuyori Shibata, Yushin Thunder Liger, and Tiger Mask number 4. It was a straightforward 6-minute match. Will Ospreay obviously showcasing what he does best. Are you a bit surprised that he's not in? Obviously, he's going to be in I say a high-profile match in the next show in New Beginning in Osaka.
Yeah.
But are you surprised that it's taking this long for him to be in such a high-profile match?
I would get, yeah. In fact, I would certainly agree with that, especially after the Super Juniors like last year when he looked like he was going to explode really onto the scene. Still bearing in mind, you know, he's a junior guy who's going to face a heavyweight guy, and I think he'll beat Shibata at Osaka, but I do agree they've taken a long time getting into this stage. If he wins the belt back, maybe he'll have a go in like the New Japan Cup perhaps and stuff like that. That could be really good for him. Like losing in the first round of the New Japan Cup wouldn't be bad for Ospreay at all, because just the fact that he's in there would be really good. So maybe they'll do that. You know, really kick on with it because he's a talent, man. He's the best.
He's a massive talent.
Yeah.
And if anyone hasn't seen him wrestle yet, please do so. It's one thing watching him on TV, but watching him live is a whole different ball game, guys. Different ball game. So, all right. So next we had Yoshihashi, the Hashter, facing off against Takashi Iizuka. Now, Iizuka has been let off the leash. Okay, and he's facing Hashi. There've been massive build-ups to this match. The Hashter. He has grown so much with the fans, so much with the product, so much with Chaos, that he's been put into such a nice position right now. And for him to be able to have a decent 7-minute match with Iizuka and actually defeat Iizuka,
that's what I was surprised
about. It's a big deal. So like you're saying, so carry on. So you're saying you were surprised. What made you so surprised?
I just again Suzuki go coming in, think they're going to need a few wins, get a bit of momentum, and obviously Hashi's a lot smaller than Iizuka, which you know that's not everything, but I don't know where Hashi goes now. Again, it's very interesting with the New Japan Cup being just round the corner. Like all these guys who are winning these singles matches and don't hold titles, these are the guys who you're like, okay, Hashi could win it. Ospreay could be in it, for example. Shibata's probably probably a prime example of it. You look at some other guys like whoever doesn't have the Intercontinental belt out of Elgin and Naito after tomorrow night, they'll be in it, you know. And that's why, so I guess Hashi will do well in that now. and I like that. I really like Hashi now, but I mean, I'm surprised he beat him because the momentum that Suzuki needed, like, but you know, not bad. Like whoever won it would have been fine, but I'm surprised. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So next we had Michael Elgin, Tanahashi, Manabu Nakanishi, and Taguchi and Dragon Lee. Wow, 10-man tag. Facing up against Los Ingobernadores de Bon. Okay, so we had I keep wanting to call him Kamaitachi, but it's not Kamaitachi anymore. It's not Kamaitachi anymore, so I have to stop that. It's Himuro Takahashi, okay? Even Sanada and Naito and Bushi. Now, you know, a lot of shenanigans. 13 minutes. These guys went back and forth. Did you manage to catch this one?
No, I've seen basically like a little highlight clip of this one, which looked pretty good. It looked fine. It's just a build-up match for tomorrow, basically. So that's fine. The challengers should win, in my view, so that's all good. The best thing was I saw a picture of this where all the Ingo Bernales guys were stood on the stage just posing, like all in a line, and it did look like the most fire Japanese boy band. Like, just like, it was so good. Like they look the part, man. They're the best.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I love Ingo Bernardes, man. You know, ever since Naito did that turn, and he's been going from strength to strength, and he is a main player. And I suppose we're looking for Goto to kind of do the same soon. You know, I mentioned Goto, and I'll mention him a little bit later. But yeah, let's go into the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Title match where Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero, and Beretta were taking on Suzuki Gun, Taichi, and Takumi Shinoku. Now, Takumi Shinoku, obviously of WWF fame. For those of you Westerners know of Takumi Shinoku, who's also obviously the guy that owns Michinoku Pro Wrestling as well. And he's been part of Suzuki Gun for a while now. Taichi, you know, we got to see a bit of Taichi in the Super J Cup. So it's nice to see Taichi here. I believe he was here before he went over to Noah. Now he's back. So again, Taichi's different, man. He's a different kind of guy. And
he's good though.
Yeah, he's very, very good. And to see these guys, you know, face off against each other again. We didn't have a 4 tag team 4-way match, you know, which is going to be super fast paced, things happening everywhere. It was another one-on-one match. What was your thoughts on this?
This was really good, actually. I think Roppongi are obviously very good, and it was nice to see Taichi back, like you say. It was very good. It was very fast, as you would expect. It was the junior tag match. You know, it wasn't. It wasn't anything particularly special. I'm still loving that Ishimori and ACH match against Roppongi Vice from last year, and nothing's beaten that since. But it was fine, you know. It was a good match, 13 or so minutes, and they got all the stuff in. Surprised again? No, I don't know if I am surprised with this one. I thought Suzuki Gun would come out with at least some gold, but they're coming out with nothing seems a bit. I mean, it's almost like their return, like rest in peace, like January to February 2017. Rip, like.
Do you feel like they're building for world domination?
Yeah.
Like you gotta take a loss to get a win, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roppongi Vice took it down. So yeah, Suzuki Gun, sorry about your damn luck. Next we had a never openweight title match between newly crowned champion Hiroki Goto facing off against Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson got his chance for getting a pin on Goto. Yeah. So now we get these guys facing off. And, you know, because this happened at New Year's Dash, Juice Robinson, he is improving. I'm still a non-believer. I'm still not quite there yet, but he had a really good match with Goto, and I feel like, you know, he's on the cusp of something.
Yeah, this was definitely, without a doubt, Juice's best singles match that I've ever seen. I thought this was really good. Goto's obviously a great hand, but this maybe could turn you into a believer. You know, more matches like this, and you know, we could be believers. Because he's one of those he's gone through a weird time. He went through that weird swearing phase, like for ages. He still does that a bit. It's a bit weird, but like, you know, he's kicked he's kicked his NXT demons, I would say, and he's improving and becoming his own man now. Mm-hmm. And this, like I say, really good. He's still, a lower card guy, so to get this opportunity is really good for him. And yeah, it was a good match. And I think he'll get more matches in a similar vein moving forward because he deserves them off that performance. I thought it was really good.
I think my monitoring of his performances is going to take a real good look and a real good time to see, especially with the New Japan Cup coming up. I think that is where I would have a definitive, kind of answer for you into where I am with him in New Japan. So I very much look forward to the New Japan Cup and seeing what happens there. They haven't announced the pools or anything yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there after New Beginning in Osaka. So semi-main, we had a three-way heavyweight tag title match. Chaos, so Toriano and Ishii, who are the champions, facing off against our boys Lance Archer, David Boy Smith, Killer Elite Squad, and obviously GBH, Great Bash Heels in Togi Makabe and Honma. So what was your thoughts on this match here? The match went I think it was like just over 13 minutes. So what was your thoughts on this?
Okay, I'll this is fine. It was a good match, but I thought it'd be better. It's one of those when I see those 6 guys and I'm like, wow, like this could be really good. It was very good. It was very fun. It's a word I would maybe use. It wasn't the best match I've ever seen. It wasn't the worst match I've ever seen. It was just a standard fun match. Yano and Ishii retained with like a little low blow lariat roll up combo. That was really good. I enjoyed that. The pace at the end was a lot better. It was quite slow at the start and it progressed quite. At the start they were cornering Yano and he was just selling and getting beat down by everyone. And then at the end, when everyone was coming in and countering each other's finishes, that was really good. The people who looked especially good, Lance, our boy, thank you. You should check out our interview with him if you can find. He looked great. Davey looked fine. He got his stuff in, but Lance was definitely the star. And GBH, they look great in this. Like I thought they were going to win it at one point. So they looked great. It was Makabe who took the pin in the end, so I assume they might be out the picture for a little while now. We'll get doubles with Killer Elite and Chaos. I would enjoy that. But then likewise, I would also enjoy a singles between GBH and Chaos and a singles between GBH and Killer Elite Squad. Mm-hmm. That's all good. We got the next few pay-per-views probably there, and they can all be great matches. Plus, like Gorillas of Destiny could come back into it because they're a lot better now. So yeah, it was very watchable, very fun. Could have been better, but hey, they've set up a lot of things. Again, though, another loss for Suzuki Good. No gold, dude.
No gold. So it takes us to the main event, IWGP Heavyweight Title match. Kazuchika Okada as the champion, coming off a crazy match with Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 11, and also getting his ass handed to at New Year's Dash by his challenger Minoru Suzuki. Man, how am I happy that this guy has returned. I've been saying for ages, and I'm so glad this guy has come back. He is such a character, so much charisma, and just happy he's back. So these guys had a 40-minute match, right? Yeah. These guys had a 40-minute match. Now, Brady, I'm hoping you tell me this match was crazy.
Okay, this match was crazy. Like, okay, this match, I'll preface it with, this match is going to be one of two things for people. You'll either love it or you will think it's a bit a bit boring. I would say is maybe the word I want to use, because a large amount of this match, like 20-25 minutes of the 40, is just Okada in knee bars. He's in figure fours. He's in all kinds of submissions on the knee, and Suzuki's just breaking him down. And to me that was very fun. I really like submission based wrestling, but I could see why some people have been a bit like, I'm not really sure. I know, having read some notes, Mr. Meltzer very much enjoyed it, but then seeing a lot of people like ourselves have been a bit, was it that good? Like, I thought it was really good. Match itself, got a load of notes for this one. Pre-match, they did a contract signing the day before, and after they signed the contract, Suzuki just battered Okada and like put a knee bar on him and stuff then. So he came out all heavily strapped. Suzuki, took advantage real early. And then from there, it was like probably 30 minutes really of just him beating him down. So Killer Elite Squad and Taichi got involved, but Yano and Ishii ran him off. The submissions were horribly painful looking, and Suzuki's face, I can't imagine looking that mental all the time. Like his hair with all like the flames like shading to it, and then the mohawk at the back, and his face, he just looks insane. And I credit to him. He is a committed man to this cause, but he looks great. I genuinely at one point thought Gato was going to throw in the towel. And because he was stood at the side of the ring, like do I, don't I? And Okada told him don't, and he made the ropes. But and also Red Shoes, the ref nearly stopped the match a couple of times, like actually stopped it, because Okada wasn't like defending himself and stuff. So that was really cool. There was a lot of so that's how they almost did the false finishes. There was like barely any pinfall attempts in this whole match, and it was 40 minutes long. Submissions, like I say, got a little long at some points. But it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. At the end, Okada did his usual sequence, just come back, hit a few Rainmakers, but couldn't take advantage at first because he was just so knackered. And then he finally hit one, pinned Suzuki 1, 2, 3, and he's still the champion, which I was surprised about. I thought Suzuki would take this. I thought Suzuki would take it, go in a new direction, face like Tanahashi and stuff, and then drop back to Okada probably at some point down the line. It very much reminded me of the Marufuji match from the G1, where Marufuji just battered Okada, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, this is Okada, he doesn't get battered. And it was very much like that. So I would like to see a rematch if that's on the cards, but I would imagine one Mr. Kenny Omega or the New Japan Cup winner will have something to say about that. Maybe Suzuki will win the New Japan Cup, I don't know. But he looked great. I'm 48 years old, having a 40-minute match. Bloody hell, like that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
That is really 48. Jeez, man. Yeah, that is saying something. He's great. And there you have it, man. Okada still champ. So that's the end of that. And what we're gonna say to you now is that we'll be back in 2 weeks to give you the rundown of the next pay-per-view, which obviously New Beginning in Osaka, and also give you a rundown of who's gonna be in the New Japan Cup. Who's gonna be in the New Japan Cup? So we will come back in 2 weeks and give you the lowdown on that. So we hope you enjoyed the show, people. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you follow us as well. That's at Segue spelled SEGUE. You can follow One Wrestling also. That's at One Wrestling. Follow Bill Apter. He will see you at the matches. That's at Apter One Wrestling. And you can also follow me. That's at Kinny Killa. That's KILLA.
Follow me at tbrady94_. And also check out all the other good stuff that everyone's doing at One Wrestling. Like, check out the podcast, which I'm sure will be brilliant this week. Who was on this week?
Yeah, so Fame, it's just me and the Nature Boy FAMEBLAck. I
can tell you now that's worth a watch, people. That is worth a listen, even.
We go over the
check out
Royal
everything
Rumble.
everyone's doing.
Then we go over the Royal Rumble. I look forward to Elimination Chamber, so we go over, go over that. So make sure you check that out, people. So again, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and if you don't like that, you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo! But you One Wrestling fans don't. So without further ado, guys, let's go bring the unity and say 1, 2, 3. Hey, we want some Brady. We want some Brady. There you go. That's right. We're just bringing all of our customers. Right. So let's take it to predominantly about New Japan Wrestling, bringing it to the side